Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Popcorn and Coffee. I'm your host, Jesse, over here in the turtleneck. Jay,
How's it going?
Colin, actually, I can literally say on the camera. Like, you're manning the cam.
The camera is directly in front of me now.
Yes.
Makes for a little bit easier operation.
In the most realistic sense. You can kind of see it on your camera, too.
Yeah.
You can see the camera, so.
I get a little sneak peek to
We're not
all
lying.
that's behind.
Just get a GoPro
This
for your
camera.
head.
So, jumping into it. Avatar came out over the weekend.
Yes.
To the Way of Water, the second one. Deadline saying that opening weekend numbers are looking like it's going to come in around 135 million, which isn't terrible, but it's not great either. It's less than the original did in 2009. The original came out to 150 million opening weekend. This one should have been higher. So
Yeah.
in terms of expectations, they expected it to be higher than what it is. Opening weekend for, just to put it in perspective, Spider-Man No Way Home was almost double that.
Oh, wow.
So,
And the defense of James Cameron here. It's the only time you hear me defend this man. Influenza A is going around rapidly right now, so a lot of people are getting sick.
that's probably true.
I think a lot of people have not gone to the theater because of that.
That's possible.
That might have had a slight effect on the film because you're off 15 million from what it was expected, right? No,
No, that's what the
15
last
million
one
from the
made.
original.
Yeah, from
That's
the
great.
original. The original made 150, but that was over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
10, 11. Yeah, 12 years ago, something. I'm not good at math, but
What would 150 million be in today's dollars?
probably 150.
It'd be more than that.
Yeah, ticket prices have gone up. They've doubled
180.
since. Yeah,
Just the inflation in the last 2 years.
So, we'll see how it goes. I'm excited to see whether it's gonna... I'm trying to think of something clever, but I can't. Whether it goes
Sneak
big or
like
goes
it.
home.
If it sinks like the Titanic.
Boom. Yeah.
there will be not enough room on that door.
Whole another 2 decades of controversy begin.
I saw a video of... There's just a stupid video on Instagram of two frogs sitting on like a lily pad. And it wasn't a very large lily pad, but the caption read, "This is Jack and Rose." Jack and Rose couldn't both fit on the door, and all you seen was the slightly larger frog push the other frog off. I was like, yeah, I get it. But so that's some big news. We got
Yeah.
even bigger news coming out of DC though.
Yeah, Henry Cavill is out as Superman.
What are your thoughts on that?
I hate it.
That sucks
It
so
does.
bad.
He was the face of Superman for our generation, and James Gunn kicking him out like that's just stupid.
I borderline feel bad for him.
Yeah, because he had that Instagram post about it saying, oh, I'm in as Superman. And then it's like, well, they told me to release that in October, and now they say
Yeah.
I'm out.
And he's just doing exactly what they ask him to do.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like he's trying to get attention or anything. It's just
No.
that's what they asked. So
And I mean, he got fired from The Witcher too, so he's out there.
I didn't hear he was fired.
Yeah.
I heard that he left.
That's what I heard too, but I guess it came out, the other day or something, a few days ago, that he was actually fired from it because
Oh, I didn't
of
see that.
apparent inappropriate conduct with some of the female actors. I don't
really?
know.
With him, I've heard more about the women giving him problems.
Oh,
than
I'm
him
sure.
giving them.
I mean,
So I think it was Amy Adams was doing stuff that was making him uncomfortable.
yeah,
I mean, have you seen him?
yeah.
I mean, yes, but doesn't mean you can violate the man.
Yeah. Me too, man. We can get that movement going. We shouldn't joke about that. A lot of men suffer sexual harassment.
Yeah, it's
That sucks. That
Yeah.
sucks.
so he is. I did see today, on Instagram that he is in works for making his own directorial debut, doing some series or universe.
Oh.
I can't remember the name of it though. It's like I think it's like a sci-fi or a
It's
fantasy.
like it's a fantasy,
Fantasy,
thing. He's
yeah.
huge. He's big into fantasy.
Yeah,
He plays a lot of, not Dungeons and Dragons, but something like that.
yeah. But it's a fantasy series that or film series that he's going to be possibly directing and like
That's fun.
running the whole operation for. So
And then you've got Patty Jenkins out as director for Wonder Woman 3.
Oh,
She's done.
Wow, she directed the first two, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're even talking about whether or not they want Gal to come back to play Wonder Woman.
Who else are you going to get to play Wonder Woman?
Well, tell them the other thing.
Oh, yeah, Jason Momoa is out as Aquaman as well, but possibly returning as Lobo.
I don't know who that is.
He's like a... who's the... Huh?
He's a vampire.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I'm guessing.
Who's the villain in Deadpool, the second one?
Cable?
Cable. I think he's kind of like that.
Oh, like a time traveler.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, James Gunn and Peter Safran are changing things up big time.
It's gotten the whole universe at that point.
And I don't know how we feel about it.
I mean,
I don't care.
I do and I don't, because I feel like these people are the best like as far as people that look like the characters and stuff, they are these characters. They should be playing them. They are getting older. And I get James Gunn's wanting to build a universe, so yes, you almost have to destroy everything to start building your universe. You can't go off of what's been garbage for the last 10 years.
I was going to say, even with, and I would agree with you, that Jason Momoa, Henry Cavill, even Gal Gadot, they're the Robert Downey Jr.'s of this universe, where, like, they made the character to me, you know?
Yeah.
They've all been in bad movies.
Yeah.
Barring that first Wonder Woman movie and Man of Steel for some people. For me, I enjoyed Man of Steel.
I like Man of Steel. Yeah.
The rest are pretty garbage.
Yeah.
So they're the face of bad movies, unfortunately.
Right.
They're the best at what they could potentially be, but I think they bring a negative connotation with their names just because those movies are bad, and that's not their fault. That's it's the director's faults. That's the studio behind them, but they all got burned. They all got burned by Warner Brothers.
Right. So since Gunn is destroying the universe, is he still going to allow them to release The Flash next year?
I think The Flash is one of the only ones still coming out.
Oh, really?
Because we're still getting Shazam. I believe we're still getting The Flash.
Yeah.
And I think we're still getting the Pattinson Batverse. So those movies are going to still do their own thing, but in their own pocket.
Yeah.
I haven't heard any word about Ben Affleck, though.
Yeah, I don't really care. He's Jennifer.
the only
He's
one.
Jennifer Lopez's coffee boy. I don't know.
So
I guess The Rock is really upset though that he made some comments.
what a weird situation to be in with Dwayne Johnson, because on the one side, and he's all about publicity, so he's going to do whatever he can. He always has. Whether it be good or bad publicity, he's using all of it. But there's a lot of speculation going around that he's trying to orchestrate his own things behind the scenes. And now he's coming to blows with James Gunn. And
he
Peter
was trying to
Safran.
secretly build the universe.
Yeah. He was, again, I don't even know what's confirmed and what isn't, because there's so much out there battling each other. But, like, he's the one that got Cavill back in, and they wanted to make another Superman movie because of The Rock, and I don't know.
It's a mess. DC is a mess, and
We've known that for decades now, though.
it's not James Gunn's fault. I don't blame him. He's trying to build a universe. If he feels he has to destroy it, what is already there. I don't disagree with that method. Sometimes you got to tear stuff down to build it back
all
up.
bad, though.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing. I don't think he could look at anything and be like, yes, let's go. Let's make this the focus and build off of it, because none of it's
No.
good. And I think that most people would argue that his movie was probably the best movie in that whole universe, which would have been Suicide Squad. But you can't build a rude universe around it. And even that movie was forgettable.
But that movie was not good. Either one of them.
Most people would disagree with you. I don't. I think it was just as forgettable as all the other DC movies. But a lot of people would consider that one of DC's better top tier movies. But bottom line is, DC is still the butt of the joke, and I don't say that to be funny. I hate that, but
Butt of the gun.
yeah, they've all got butt stroked with James's gun. Nope,
Pistol whipped.
pistol whipped by James Gunn. What else we got?
Whose gun?
Peter Safran. Using James. Silliness. You wrote that one down.
Yeah,
Go
do we
ahead.
want to go into that as celebrity comments section now? Yes?
Or do you just want to talk about the headline that I read from it may have been at E! News, I think. Del Toro's Pinocchio is an exploration of war and religion.
That's weird.
Have you ever seen Pinocchio?
I mean, maybe a war of the soul. I mean, Pinocchio.
The article was talking about just war.
Pinocchio struggles a lot. Like, he's battling like temptations and stuff throughout the entire film. So, wanting to make money, wanting to be a real boy. He can't be a real boy because he's made of wood.
So this is a high concept Pinocchio movie, which no one asked for.
And is this one claymation as well?
Yeah, it's the claymation one. This is the one.
Because I thought there were two that came out or were coming out.
There one came out on Disney Plus. That was the live action one.
That one's already done and gone.
Yeah,
with Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, which is good.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
pretty.
And then this one is coming out and it's all claymation, which it looks beautiful, but
Which even that's a weird contrast. You got an odd visual style and then highbrow concept.
highbrow concept, and it's gonna be dark because it's Guillermo del Toro. I mean, he leans into the darker elements anyway. I could see it not being like for kids, but if it's high concept thematically, your kids aren't gonna want to watch it anyway.
I would argue the original Pinocchio is not for kids. I mean, they drink beer in it. They smoke.
Yeah, well, that's
When did it come out though?
it came out in like the
50s or 60s.
probably not the 60s, probably the 50s.
The kids were probably smoking back then.
Oh,
That is true.
And drinking.
And drinking.
Yeah, probably. My dad,
So-
not to out him, but in his past, it was, I think he wasn't even 13 for both of those.
Yeah. So, and it puts both of those things in negative lights, though.
Yeah.
So,
Smoking and drinking in a negative.
yeah, in
It's not
Pinocchio,
building them up.
like don't do it. Like, the
I
movie's
thought,
saying
I thought you meant
don't
that in a
do
bad
it.
way. Like, man, it puts him in a bad light. Like, smoking and drinking's not that
That's what I'm
bad.
saying.
Well,
Like the
after the-
movie says, don't do these things, or else he'll turn into a donkey.
After the Die Hard episode, I was just like, you do have to come into question on that. I was like, are we?
Thank you for
Yeah.
smoking.
Yeah.
You know what Pinocchio I like, and I remember watching a lot growing
Jonathan
up.
Taylor Thomas.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was a great one.
I don't remember it.
Was that one live action or no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't care about Pinocchio. I was more of a Peter Pan guy than a Pinocchio guy.
Yeah, see, I like Pinocchio. I bet you Pinocchio could kick Peter Pan's butt.
Peter Pan can fly.
Pinocchio can lie. See, I can rhyme.
He just keeps uttering lies until he stabs him out of the air.
Fast. He argues them so quickly. He just stops
Yeah.
lies so fast that it's just like a bullet at a James gun.
Who's gun?
We were just talking
James
about a
is-
highbrow concept. This is some pretty lowbrow concept.
Listen.
You know who the best Pinocchio was, though? That guy that played Pinocchio in the Shrek movies. Fantastic
Oh, yeah.
job.
Best Pinocchio right
Yeah.
there. Talk about lowbrow comedy. Shrek movies.
Yeah, that's a pretty deep swamp on the comedy there.
I'm getting some. You want to get into some celebrity comments?
Celebrity comments
Yeah.
from one
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence.
She's,
Yes.
she says she was the first female lead in an action movie with starring in the Hunger Games.
She paved the
bold
way
statement.
for women.
Yeah, nobody before her was a female lead in any action movie. She was the...
So Sigourney's whole career doesn't exist.
Yeah, exactly. Nope, not at all.
And you know how much we love Sigourney on this program.
Word.
So
We
can't
are.
let this slight happen.
What is the fan of a Sigourney Weaver? Like, what do you call them?
I don't know.
Weaver?
I'm not sure what her fan base is called.
I don't know. I don't even know if she has a fan base.
No, there's us.
Well,
There's three of us.
It's at least us.
yeah, so
She is unbelievable. Jennifer Lawrence.
that's literally one of the most moronic things I've seen.
She used to be pretty grounded, and I know I've seen some stuff online where she came from a conservative family from like Kentucky, so she was she had a good upbringing, and then she went to Hollywood, and all of that got destroyed, and now she Not that long ago, she said she doesn't even speak to her family anymore because they don't like that women can get abortions and stuff.
Oh,
Just one of those,
So she's the female Aaron Rodgers.
I guess.
Aaron Rodgers doesn't speak to his family either because they're conservative.
Well, there you go. But
Bad company corrupts good morals. That's
so it doesn't surprise me, but this is a leap because this is a leap of like, this isn't a leap of ideals, which sure, as much as I disagree with her on all of her political standings, fine. If you want to go over there and hold your perspectives, go over there and hold your perspectives. But this one's straight up ego.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, not only is it an outrageous comment, but you're also just crapping on a whole litany of
Yeah.
other people's careers.
yes, absolutely.
yeah. Yeah, Sigourney Weaver, Uma Thurman, Kill Bill. I mean, heard of it?
That's a pretty big one.
Who else? I mean, we got.
I'm trying to get past the fact that you said Sigourney Weaver.
Did I say Uyghur?
Oh,
That's her fan base. We're called Uyghurs.
Uyghurs, Sigourney Uyghurs.
Chinese Muslims?
What?
That's what they call Chinese Muslims. Uyghurs.
Oh, is it? I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I want to make an official apology.
We will redact our statement.
Listen, the Chinese government does not treat them very nicely, though. It's pretty bad. Read about it.
Well, they don't treat any religious people nicely.
It's very true. But, no, yeah. You had
There's a-
Sigourney Weaver.
Underworld series.
Kate Bishop.
Well, there's an underworld in China, too.
Kate Blanchett. Not Kate Blanchett. Kate
Beckinsale?
Yeah, Beckinsale. Yeah.
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 And people love those movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were solid. They weren't great, but they weren't bad.
Tomb Raider? Anybody
Raider.
hear that?
Anybody ever heard of that?
Tomb Raider's a big one.
Jennifer?
Yeah, it's really a slap in the face to all those women that did come before her and actually paved the way for her.
Yeah. You're literally not even thinking, though. When she's making that comment, she's not doing a bit of forethought because she would not deny that those women paved the way for her
Right.
to play in a Hunger Games movie.
And how action is Hunger Games, really? It's more drama than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot of dramatic scenes, exposition, political stuff. And then you'll have a few cutscenes of action.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the focus of it.
That's the stupid part about Hollywood, though, is everybody wants to scream women, and nobody cares about women in film. You know, nobody wants to see a female-led anything. It's just not true. You know, we just don't want that to be all.
You don't want it to be the sake of the movie.
Yeah, and I don't want to see a woman in a role that just is unbelievable. You know, you had Angelina Jolie in the Tomb Raider movies. I've never seen those movies. A lot of people like those movies, and they're great. She created the character really on screen. Then you had her in Salt, which was like a rip-off Jason Bourne movie. No, everybody hated that movie. It was stupid, but she was doing things in there that are just, okay, well, a woman, that wouldn't work. You know, you'd have to suspend too much disbelief to get into those movies. That's all it is, you know. Make a movie that's well fleshed out, and people will watch it.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not about the agenda and it's about the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's a good movie and the lead character's female, then whatever.
Yeah.
River Wild.
River Wild. Meryl Streep's done some pretty big things in cinema. Not off the coattails of a man. Kind of all by herself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Helen Mirren's another big, ancient, but still
Yeah, Judi
highly
Dench.
star-studded career.
Julie Andrews. That whole generation of women.
I don't know if Julia Andrews starred in any action films, but
Well, movies in
Even
general. I'm looking at
outside
movies in
of-
general.
well, I'm talking action because that's what she said. Was it was the first lead in an action movie?
Yeah, yeah. Helen Mirren was in Red, wasn't she?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Which I believe came out before the Hunger Games.
Probably. A lot
It
of
was
movies
at
did.
least around the same
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
That being said, I did see it. I don't want to be that guy that just goes back to like, here's something else I watched on the internet. But there was a really funny video of some guy saying, well, we spoke to Sigourney Weaver, and it showed like, it was a video of her promoting Alien when it came out. Mm-hmm. So she's super young in it. And so it's like superimposed with some guy asking her questions about Jennifer Lawrence paving the way for her to become an action star. And it's just a huge parody. Oh, it was hilarious. Jennifer Lawrence, quit, please.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to quit acting, just quit being an egomaniac.
Maybe shut up.
Or quit acting.
I like her as an actress in some movies.
Yeah, she's
Silver
not
Linings
bad.
Playbook. I thought she did fine as Mystique and
Yeah.
X-Men.
yeah. I didn't personally care for the Hunger Games, so I thought the books were way better.
The books were better. The movies were fine. Speaking of Helen Mirren, thank you for that segue, Colin.
I try.
She's going to star in the upcoming 1923 series.
Yep.
Which is also based off this whole Yellowstone.
Yellowverse.
The Yellowverse.
The Stoneverse.
Yes.
Yeah,
But she said, never seen any of the series. Didn't even know it was a thing. She just wanted to work with Harrison Ford. So she's going to be in 1923.
can respect it.
That would be us, like if Sigourney Weaver was doing a series and we didn't know anything about the series, we didn't care. We were just like, we just want to work with Sigourney Weaver.
Yep. Would do it 100%.
Yeah.
I bet she's very tall.
Probably.
I don't know. I don't know.
She gives tall energy.
She gives off tall people energy. Helen Mirren, short people energy, but that's okay.
Yeah.
She's going to be in Shazam. Helen Mirren.
Is she really?
Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu are the big baddies in the new Shazam movie. Have you seen the trailer for that?
No.
You're not going to watch it. We
Shazam.
talked about that.
I'll watch Shazam.
Oh.
I
I thought you said you didn't care.
I thought you really liked the first one.
Yeah, I like the first one. What are you talking about?
We will.
Maybe we need to.
Have you edited that other pod episode yet for the Look
Which
Forward to
one?
the Future one?
Not yet.
Well, listen for it because I'm pretty sure he ranked Shazam Fury of the Gods like on a I'll see it maybe.
I can't remember.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Maybe. I say a lot of things.
Yeah.
So does Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, I like Helen Mirren. So this series actually comes out today. We're recording this episode. The first episode drops today on Paramount.
Of what?
Of 1923.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
so
thought
I'm
it was
gonna-
a distant thing.
Yeah, no, it's today. It comes out, so I'll be watching it tonight.
On Paramount?
Yeah.
Who has Paramount? You have Paramount?
Yes. But it's a whole thing. So I'll talk to you later.
I'm not even.
It's a wink and a nod, yes.
Yes.
It's a whole thing.
Yes, asterisk.
I was not happy that they got Helen Mirren and Harrison Ford to play in this. I think they could have picked somebody else that would have been better. And anyone.
Offer up a problem, but not offer up a solution. Leave it to you.
Why?
I feel like Helen Mirren's the better pick of the two.
Yeah, definitely.
He could have
But-
picked any old curmudgeon actor to put in that role.
We don't have very many right now, though.
Yeah, they are dropping like flies here recently.
What about Gary Oldman?
I
I don't
don't
know
think
if
he's not gritty enough.
Yeah, I don't know if I could see him
Who's
in the West.
grittier than Harrison Ford? He's pure grit.
Sean Connery.
The sequel to True Grit.
What about the
How about
dude?
someone still acting?
Is the dude from the first Iron Man still around?
Jeff Bridges?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I
was
can
in
see
True Grit.
Bridges doing it. He's in
He
the
seems
westerns.
like he'd be a good Western fit.
Yeah.
Age-wise, it wouldn't necessarily match with Mirren.
Yeah.
but-
Well, the
I
people
guess
married
if-
further apart that time. They were,
Yeah, but it's usually the other way.
well,
So what? They own a ranch and
yeah. So
It's ranch mafia, basically.
yeah, the whole
we've
verse
been
is-
watching. We've been watching the first few seasons of Yellowstone, but
So yeah, so this one I read the other day. So in 1883, Tim McGraw plays John Dutton's great grandfather. Harrison Ford plays James Dutton, who is Tim McGraw's character, because he dies in 1883. It shows in some flash forwards he dies, and then Helen Mirren and Harrison Ford's character, they come and they take over the ranch and start running it.
so wait, who are they?
Harrison
They're
Ford
the
is
same characters.
No. Harrison Ford is Tim McGraw's brother. Their characters are brothers.
Oh,
So, older brother, obviously. So that's where it apparently takes place. So we'll see how it is. I think it'll be good. I like Tyler Sheridan. I'm all in on this Yellowstone the Yellowverse. That's what we're calling it. So,
Yellowverse.
Might
That's
as
what
well.
Helen Mirren helped us create. Who's ready for Harrison Ford to be Red Hulk, though?
no.
That's what I don't want. To me,
That's
he fits
bad.
into a Western, but not this. At this age,
Anything action-related at this point, get him out of.
he's in his 80s.
He's
just got a
gritty voice.
He's ancient.
Yeah.
I would be fine if he was like the voice actor for the Red Hulk, and then they manipulated his voice,
Oh, yeah.
but not to actually be the Red Hulk.
We don't want to physically see him on screen.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
He's about to come out with Indiana Jones though, so he's still doing action stuff.
It's all
It's
green
all
screen. He's
CGI.
literally going to be. He could sit in a wheelchair. They probably got a green screen wheelchair for him.
They probably strapped him to an exoskeleton,
Yeah.
and then they're just manipulating it. Some kid in the corner's got a remote control moving him around.
No, they just put him in one of those baby slings and strapped into like a Henry Cavill or The Rock, like just some giant man who just like works his arms.
They just paint the Rock green. Tape Harrison Ford to him.
Yeah. So I don't know if you remember if last week I talked. I started watching The Tulsa King with
Yeah. Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone. Yeah. Which is another Tyler Sheridan series. It's actually pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah, compared to The Mayor of Kingstown, which had Jeremy Renner in it, which came out 2 years ago. Didn't care for that one. I watched like 3 episodes of it. I was like, whatever. This one's actually pretty good though. But I like Sylvester Stallone for some reason. I know he's not a great actor, but there's something
He's a
about
likable character.
Yeah.
Likable guy.
Do you have Amazon Prime?
No.
Oh, never mind.
Why?
Because he had that movie where he's a superhero on there recently.
Oh, actually, we'll be getting.
Samaritan.
Yeah.
The Samaritan. Yeah, I saw the trailer for that.
It's a decent movie. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
I'll have to check it out because I will be getting Prime here soon because I believe this coming weekend the new Jack Reacher or Jack Ryan series comes out. With John
That's
Krasinski.
right. Yeah,
so
season
I
3.
will.
Season 3.
I will be picking it up again so I can binge that.
I like Jack Reacher too. That season 2 is supposed to come out. I think
is
next
it? I have
year.
to watch that too.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you never seen it?
No, I haven't watched that
You
yet.
should totally check that one out.
There's so much media, guys.
So much
There's
content.
so much content coming out of this. I can't watch it all.
Mm-hmm.
It's
100%. We've just been watching Yellowstone.
yes.
We've been watching a lot of Yellowstone. There was a couple of movies we wanted to watch that I just haven't gotten around to it because it's easier to sit down and watch an hour of like a TV episode.
Yeah.
Than 2.5. Because I still want to. Bullet Train is on Netflix.
I saw that.
Black Adam's on HBO Max, and I want to watch
Oh.
both those now. That Lost in Paradise, the George Clooney, Julia Roberts movie, is on Peacock.
Okay.
We thought about going and seeing that one in theaters way back when, but we didn't. So I want to watch those 3. We did on Friday night go watch Avatar. I drove to Cherville and watched it in IMAX.
Which, for context, that's about an hour plus drive.
Yeah, that's a decent drive for us. And I walked in the door, I handed the guy my ticket, and he scanned it, and then he handed me a pair of 3D glasses. And I did not realize that I bought tickets in 3D when I pre-ordered them. So we saw it in IMAX 3D.
And
Just as Cameron intended to.
All 3 hours and 12 minutes of it. I'll say off the bat,
I got a question before you say anything.
no, I did not go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay. How'd you know, dude?
That's the most relevant question.
Wow.
I did not. No, I was pretty impressed with myself. Sometimes I struggle, like, I don't know, I got a weak bladder. I don't know what it is. But I was sure I was going to have to get up and use the restroom at some point in that movie, and I didn't. 3D's come a long way.
Mm-hmm.
3D's come a long way. And seeing it in IMAX, that was my first ever IMAX experience, which I was super excited about. I figured what better movie to do it than like that. So it was incredible. The experience was incredible. Like the 3D was very, very good.
Yeah.
And the fact that he created this world, it just works, you know. But again, if there's anything where it's like Scorsese's theme park ride, like the Marvel movies that he claims, no, this is definitely a theme park ride, you know. All I was waiting for was in the way of water them to like spritz me in the face and be like, ah, dang, you know.
Just some attendant slides out from under a chair with the water.
They come around with a hose around the corner and they just put their finger on it, you know. You do one of those. But
How was the movie though? Okay, I don't care about your experience.
come on, the experience is about the experience.
That's kind of what those movies are made for.
Yeah, it's
is
about the experience.
Okay, but how was the movie? What was the?
Keep in context that you've never seen it.
I saw the first one.
You saw the first one. You've never seen the first one. It was better than the first one. It's better than the first one.
It started.
Yeah.
So far, in my opinion, James Gunn is correct. They're going to progressively get better.
James Gunn.
James Cameron, the James brothers. Anyways, James Cameron. This one was better. It wasn't great.
Yeah.
It wasn't great, but the world, you can tell he's given it all the thoughts and then some, because everything ties together so fluently, just in terms of how he created this world. You buy it, you believe it, you're in. some of the character development stuff, some of the relational stuff is where it lacks, and that's where the first one lacked too. Watching it. That being said, they have kids in this one, and there's also Avatar babies, and Avatar babies are adorable. So
How was Sigourney? How's she doing?
no, it's good. She voiced one of the kids'
Oh, okay.
characters, because in this they set it up, and I'm not gonna spoil this. This is the first weekend it's been out, so I'm not gonna spoil anything. Just go watch it if you want to watch it. But her character is still present, but now she also voiced like a younger character, so they changed her voice a little bit to make it sound a little bit younger. But it was good. Yeah. I enjoyed it, and I do think it is a decent movie.
Would you watch it again?
Probably not.
Oh.
More just because of the time than... It's a big commitment of a movie, and it feels like a big commitment of a movie. So...
Yeah, and plus once you've experienced it in IMAX 3D,
I know.
watching it at home,
I feel like that's where it needs to be experienced. That's why we did it,
Yeah.
But that being said, there's a lot of language in it. There's
Really?
a lot of language in it. Surprising amount of language. The first one had quite a bit of language in it too.
Oh, really?
But this one definitely had more. And he really tries to push the envelope with attire. Being like native creatures, you already know how like Amazon jungle people dress, but just like dial that up to an 11. Like he really pushes it, and you're just like, why did you could have made any choice, and that's the choice that you made. And it's
paint me
unfortunate.
like one of your French
so
girls,
many,
James.
just poor choices in my mind,
Yeah. Yeah, he seems to like to toe the line.
Yeah. There's a moment of outright nudity that I think he gets away with, because I don't think it's in the rating description, but it's an avatar.
So it's
So it's not a person. It's just like, whoa, that came out of nowhere, and just unnecessary, completely unnecessary. So.
That's interesting. That you can have the nudity and stuff, and because
I don't
it's
know.
considered-
Don't quote me on that, because like I said, I don't remember if it may have been in the rating. I don't know. But it's only PG-13.
F words in it, or how many times?
I think only once.
It can only be once for a PG-13.
I think it's
only
twice.
Oh, is it twice now? They upped it.
I think that's what it was, and I was just mistaken that it was one.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I only hear that.
I think it's twice.
Because it used to be, if the F word was one time in a film, it was rated R automatically.
Yeah.
They use pretty
they
much all the
changed
other
that.
words a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think that the Batman had two,
Yeah,
but it was still a 13 rating.
Yeah.
that's a good movie.
I think any nudity in any film should automatically give it an R rating.
You would think.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Should.
Like anything. Butt cheeks, I don't care what it is. It should be an automatic R. Because you're saying PG-13, any kid can go in and go see it over the age of 13, right? Without a parent's consent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it was just what it is. I'm still far more just interested in what the movie's going to do as a whole. I think it's got a 78% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. Or a cinema score. I think that was a cinema score. Which is...
It's kind of low for...
It's a meh, yeah. We'll see what it does.
Yeah.
It's visually, it's an incredible...
So really, the second weekend is going to be its most important week. Well, it's Christmas
We'll see
weekend.
what the legs do, though. Yeah.
I would say give it its second and third weekend to see where it goes.
Yeah.
Because you got your people like you that went out opening weekend, and
People
saw
will
it.
go see it over Christmas weekend.
Yeah,
A lot of
they
people
will.
are off.
That's true. Yeah.
Christmas weekend, Christmas Day always does very, very well for a movie.
Yeah.
You would think it wouldn't, but it does. But it's simply because people have that day off.
Right.
This year it's a Sunday, so it's a little bit different because most of the time it's on a weekday.
Right.
But I bet it carries week 2 pretty well. Week 3 will be the determining factor on whether it drops off or whether word of mouth is, no, you have to go see this movie.
Yeah. I will still wait.
Yeah.
I do not care about the blue people.
Anything else?
No, that's all I got.
You got anything else to add there?
You watch anything?
I watched Violent Night.
Oh yeah, how was that?
Yeah, it was okay. It was basically like the storyline of Fat Man. The, like nobody believes in Santa anymore. He starts in the bar, and that's where you first see him, and
Okay.
that kind of theme for the whole movie. He does have more outright visual magic happen, so it's more apparent that he's a magic Santa versus just a guy.
Okay.
But the violence was more like almost B horror
Really?
at times. It was gorier than you would expect. And then language was just dialed way up. Just tons of language just for the sake of having language.
From Santa?
Everybody. Just to have it in there. So it seemed like they couldn't really deliver the comedy that well.
Yeah.
He had his good moments. There was some interesting backstory to Santa and the lore of him. In this case, he wasn't like a previously military guy. He had medieval marauder background.
Okay.
So he's like a warhammer swinging dude in the Middle Ages. Had Norse tattoos on him. Ends up getting just like a fireman's sledge later on in the movie. And then, like, the whole premise is he's at the house delivering gifts. The gunmen come in to steal this wealthy family's money. They're just shooting their guns off, so the sleigh takes off. So he's abandoned there.
Ah, okay.
And the sleigh comes back later with his actual warhammer
Oh gosh, his
from Mrs.
Mjolnir?
Claus. Yeah, basically his Mjolnir.
So you think that the sleigh just abandons him, but they really were like, they went to do something.
Yeah, they went to get the bag, like the actual gift bag, back up, and his hammer.
Wow.
Because they
You
ended
think
up
he'd have the hammer with
throwing the bag in the fire. So his actual magic Christmas bag with all the gifts was destroyed.
I was just going to ask you, is there ever a moment where he reaches into a seemingly empty bag and
Oh,
pulls
yeah,
out?
they play up that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a part where he just reaches in, pulls out something, and he's like, video game, video game, video game. And then pulls out like a golf club or a baseball bat, beats somebody with it.
That sounds like a movie that would have been fun to like watch together. Like,
Yeah, I went and saw it with Mason.
oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm spilling all over myself. Yeah, we
Yeah.
will. I'll probably watch it when it comes out, where I can just watch it at home.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad one to stream.
Yeah.
Probably not worth going out and seeing, but
Unfortunately, Christmas will be over by then. But
yeah.
After watching the series finale of the Santa Clauses on Disney Plus,
we didn't talk about that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
so we did watch. I just finished that. The Santa Clauses, terrible show. It's just terrible.
Terrible ending.
Yeah, it had a few chuckles and throughout the entire show series, and that's it.
It's episode 4. Is it? I don't know.
5.
Episode 5. The guy from the original, the elf from the original, takes him into this.
He calls it the Yule verse.
Another dimension where all the Santas live. You know,
Jeez.
and he literally meets Krampus there.
Yeah, Krampus,
Krampus
is
is
in
in this show.
What the heck?
Yeah,
But it's a
Yeah.
very cartoony.
yeah, very
Krampus.
nice, very kind.
Yeah.
Not
Oh.
But he's got the horns and
Yeah.
he's hulking and
yeah, but after watching that and what you just said about David Harbour,
Harbor.
David Harbour,
David Harbour.
yeah, it'd be cool to see like just a Santa Claus Yule like movie where like all you get a bunch of Santa Clauses from every different.
Even Mel Gibson.
Yeah, Mel Gibson, Billy Bob Thornton, Santa Claus.
Oh gosh, Bad Santa.
Yeah,
That would be funny. You get Harbor, Gibson, and then Billy Bob combine bad Santas versus good Santas,
Yeah.
and then just get 3 normal, like,
Yeah. Well, you
normally
get
good Santas.
you get Tim Allen. You get Vince Vaughn from Fred Claus. You get a couple of those other like
Yeah.
less intimidating looking ones.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
yeah. Maybe
I
have them
don't-
battle either each other or just like there's a war on like other mystical creatures on Christmas come out.
It was super weird that going back to the show, the coat was like sentient,
Which never has been.
kind of like Aladdin's carpet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when it was crawling, that's all I got was Aladdin carpet
It was
vibes.
so creepy
Yeah.
though, because they're just Santa's coat just crawling, army man crawling on the floor, just fabric, just
That's
crawling.
disturbing. It's kind of like Doctor Strange's
Yeah,
cloak.
yeah. And
Yeah, because I think it slaps the guy at the 1.2.
yeah,
The coat did.
when he's gonna burn it. It's like
It started and stopped so abruptly that you're just like, how did we get here? By the end, you're like, how did we get here?
And then what's her name fighting all those toy soldiers?
It really had a hardcore feminine push of she's the man behind the woman, but nobody knows who she is and nobody cares. I'm just like, well, she was a pretty strong character.
You mean the woman behind the man?
What'd I say?
You said the man behind the woman.
Well, that's how I look at it. Am I right? No. But she's a pretty strong character in Santa Claus 2.
Yeah.
Why did you have to turn her into? You wrote her this way, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. It's
Plus, they had the montage at the end with the gay family. When they were giving the globes to all the people.
Oh, yeah.
The girl and two guys. And then it was the Chinese family. And then it was like there was no white families. It was just
I saw, though, an interview with Tim Allen that he said there was going to be putting Christ back into it. I didn't see any of that anywhere.
I mean, he may have made a comment.
He said he made a push to get Christ back into like the Christmas and stuff. There was nothing.
I would argue there's nothing in this show. And
Well,
I don't
there's
mean like it's an irrelevant wet fart of a series. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, there is nothing there of any value.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, it was nice to see Bernard come back and then make jokes that he looks older.
He does look bad.
And he married an old woman? Is that what I was
he
saying?
He married an old woman.
But it was an actress.
I can't remember who it was.
I don't remember who it was either.
So he's just trying to get the bag.
I mean, in his defense, though, he's like thousands of years
yeah,
old, so it works. I don't know.
I would agree. Ah, bull.
Yeah.
I thought you said you started watching the National Treasure series.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Wow.
No, not a problem.
Yeah, the National Treasure series dropped this Wednesday, too. 2 episodes. Pretty good. I enjoyed it. It's got the feels of the original movies and stuff.
Is Riley in there at all?
It shows he is on the cast.
Oh.
He hasn't been in there yet, but the FBI agent's in the first episode.
Harvey Keitel's in it?
Yeah.
Really?
The guy that plays the FBI agent from the movies?
Really?
Yeah, he's in it, the first episode.
Goodfellas? Okay.
And then...
He was in Goodfellas, wasn't he?
I think so. It's been a while since I watched that. And then the younger FBI agent that's with him, he's in it too. He's older now, and he's like, because Harvey Keitel's character is like retired. So,
because he's pretty old.
yeah, yeah. I think it's going to be kind of cool.
Huh.
I love those treasure hunt movies though. Like, they're just fun. We watch it with the kids.
I'll watch it. We'll check it out.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else.
No, that's all I got.
All right, go ahead.
All right, if you like what you see, please hit like and subscribe. You can check us out on YouTube, which is obviously where you're watching us.
Boom.
Also, check us out on Instagram. I'm at Jahazio Good. Jesse's at Popcorn and Coffee, and Colin at ColinBG on Instagram. DM us if you have any questions. Movie suggestions. We would like to start maybe watching some movies more and reviewing some more movies. So if you have any suggestions coming in the new year, let us know.
Yeah, check out that Die Hard commentary that we put up.
Yeah.
We're trying to just do things from a different perspective, and if that's something you like, we'd like to do more of that anyway.
Yeah.
But,
and if you have watched the Die Hard commentary, let us know what you think about John McClane. I'm sorry.
how dare you talk about a war hero like that?
Never mind. Bye. Just bye.
That works. Bye.